Welcome to the Small Business Show. My name is Swire from Garuda Promo. In this episode, we have a local search expert, AJ Shull from RevLocal. He's a regional sales manager. Welcome to the show, AJ.
Thank you for having me, Swire.
Let's talk about your professional background. Can you tell us how you get into digital marketing, especially local search?
Sure. So I've been with RevLocal for almost 7 years now. I was actually the first person that they hired in the greater Los Angeles area. We're based in Columbus, Ohio, where I'm originally from. So long story short, I noticed that they were starting to grow back in my home state of Ohio. They were voted one of the best places to work. They were on the Inc. 500 list. So I started putting feelers out. They weren't yet hiring in California, but once they did, I was one of the first to know, jumped on the opportunity, and been with them ever since. We are a full-service digital marketing agency, but hence our name, RevLocal. What we specialize in is local search marketing.
Okay, so next question, obviously, what is local search and local SEO? For viewer who may not know what local searches is, what are the difference between local searches SEO and website SEO and even social media marketing?
Yeah, great questions. So local search, we all do it. We probably just don't know that there's an actual term around it. But you go to your phone, you do a search for a restaurant near me,
okay.
A doctor near me, doctors, Los Angeles, any auto repair shop, any kind of search term or service term and the local area that you're in, those map results that you get. So you'll go to Google and you do a search and you see those results where there's reviews. You can click to the website, click for a phone call. If we're talking about restaurants, look at their menu. All of that is what is known as local search. So what we do is we help small businesses be found there. Now, how is this different from traditional SEO? If you do, coming back to that example, if you do a search on Google, there's 3 opportunities for your business to be seen. No matter which industry or which search you're doing, paid ads are always going to be at the top of the page. Below that is what I'm referring to as local search. So it's the local results. It's not your website, it's your Google business page. As I mentioned, you can see reviews, a little bit more about the business. And then if they want to take it a step further, that's when they can click to call, click for directions, or go to website. And then below that result is what is known as organic SEO. And that's where websites are found. But the problem is for small businesses, it's very hard for your business to be found in that organic section because you're competing against third-party sites, huge corporations that have been around for a while, or even other small businesses that have been around for a while. So if you are a small business and you're working with a limited budget, or you really just want to get the most bang for your buck as far as your digital marketing efforts, getting that foundation set in the local search result, that's really where you want to get things started.
So does that mean that big businesses always show up first, or small business have a chance here?
That is why we want you to focus there first and foremost, because you have a chance to be found there. Google isn't going to reward the main search results just to whoever spends more or has a marketing department behind them. They're going to give you what the end user they feel should be the best result. And there's a lot of variables that play into that. Customer reviews is a huge factor. The location of where you are. So if you are a small business in your local city, you're going to show up, you're more likely to show up compared to a business in another city. They're going to give you what they feel like is the best local result.
Okay, so are there a type of businesses that could benefit more in local SEO than others?
There are some that it doesn't really apply for. Case in point, if you're an e-commerce business and you have no interest in being found locally, then local search really doesn't apply for you. But honestly, besides that, I think any business needs to have a local search presence. If you are a brick and mortar business, that could be a restaurant, that could be a doctor, that could be an auto repair shop, it could be a law firm, anything in between. You want to have a local search presence, even if you don't have a brick and mortar business. So I work with a lot of service-based businesses where maybe you're a plumber or an electrician, or you are a kitchen cabinet kitchen cabinet installer. You don't have any need for people to come to your location. You need to go to them. You still need to have a local search presence.
Okay. What are some of the new trends that you see for local search for 2020? Are there anything that they should stay away from, or are there anything they should do?
Something that's gained more and more importance each year is reviews. So it's not necessarily a new trend, but it's something that I think all businesses need to take more seriously. You need to have a proactive strategy in place for your reviews instead of reactive. And what I mean is don't just let reviews come through as they may and you do nothing about them. Have a strategy in place so you can actually get good reviews from your actual clients. When reviews do come through, respond to those reviews, good or bad, publicly. It shows that you care. That can also help you rank better. Getting reviews, the relevancy of the reviews, how frequent they come through, and how you handle those reviews. All of these variables play into how you rank better. As far as things to stay away from, don't get into the fake review game.
Right.
There's a lot of businesses that are out there that I have clients that have told me horror stories, and I mean, you can go online and look for it yourself, that they'll tell you, hey, I can guarantee you new reviews. You don't know where they're coming from. If it sounds too good to be true, it definitely is. It might work. I've had clients where, oh my gosh, I use this service and look at all these reviews I got. But guess what? Twice a year, Google, Yelp, really all these major platforms, even social media platforms, they will go through and it's called a purge. I mean, you'll notice you'll have hundreds of reviews and then overnight, all those fake reviews that you got are gone.
Wow.
You could also get your listings, your Google and your Yelp page taken down or flagged as fraudulent because of you generating these fake reviews. So if there's one thing to stay away from, don't try to get fake reviews. Get real reviews from your clients and then handle them when they come through by responding to them, thanking people for their business. And if there was a negative situation, a negative review that came through, respond to it publicly, not in a shouting match that, hey, you're wrong, or you're an idiot, but hey, we apologize for the inconvenience. Please reach out to us to try to fix the situation. It's not going to win that customer over necessarily. It could, but more importantly, it's showing the next potential customer that found your business, oh wow, they made a mistake, but it shows that they actually cared enough to try to fix it publicly.
Yeah, I could actually speak for that. Remember we talked about 2 years ago, I asked you for advice for local search. You said that make sure that you do good reviews on your Google listing.
Yeah.
So we try really hard to help a customer, make sure that they're happy. And then I do follow up with them every single time on every single customer after I know that the job has been completed. Ask how is everything, how was your experience, and if possible, can you leave us a review with pictures of the promotional product we did for them. I think at this moment we have about 48 Google reviews in our page in Los Angeles, our headquarters, and then a lot of people actually found us on searching the map. Especially, we have about 20% of our clients are coming from overseas. So they're here in Los Angeles, like you said, they're on the phone and they're looking for promotional product Los Angeles. They actually want to find someone local who could do something for their convention or event. And that's how they found us. Yeah.
And reviews can help justify, say you're a business that you're not the cheapest. You don't have the cheapest product, the cheapest service. If you want a way to help justify your costs, make sure reviews are an importance for you, because when you have a lot of reviews, if I'm a potential customer and I'm seeing all these positive reviews from these other customers compared to some of maybe even your competitors, that automatically shows that you're an industry leader. So I'm all right with paying a little bit more if I know I'm getting a better quality product or service. And those reviews, what people are telling me before I even reached out to you, are going to be a way to help justify that.
So do we just encourage a lot of review and a lot of pictures? Do you want pictures on that too, or just reviews?
All the above. The hardest part is just remembering to ask. So I think creating a system, as I'd mentioned, be proactive with the strategy. A lot of clients that we work with, they're just afraid to ask, or they're not comfortable with doing it. The hardest part is to ask, but once you do that, you would be surprised. If you can ask 10 people and 2 people actually give you a review, compound that over the course of a week, over the course of a month, over the course of a year, you're talking about a lot of reviews that you're adding to your business and what that can do. So really just make it a practice that you're reminding yourself to do it, and then maybe it takes a little extra effort to get that review. So another thing I would encourage you to do is create some kind of system, a template, whatever it is, to send to your clients as a follow-up, just to say, hey, look, I appreciate your business. Could you go to these places and go ahead and write a review? So include links to your Google business page. Maybe you're on Yelp or Facebook, or maybe, for instance, you're a home service provider and Angie's List or House is really important to you. Or maybe you're a lawyer and you have an Avo profile. You want to help direct people to those platforms to go ahead and write that review and give you feedback.
So there isn't like a better platform, but whatever platform that might be more appropriate for your industry.
Yeah, I think the behemoth is always going to be Google. I don't really care what business or industry you're in. Google should be one of those platforms where you're going to generate reviews. But then from there, depending on your industry, other platforms might be just as valuable, or you at least want to get. The thing is you want to give people the option. If you just try to shove somebody into one corner and say, hey, write me a review only here, well, maybe I'm not somebody who goes to Google, or I don't have a Gmail address, so I can't write you a review on Google, but maybe I'm pretty active on Facebook, or maybe I'm on LinkedIn, or again, any platform, Yelp. So just give people the option, and you have a better chance of getting more reviews.
Okay, seems like there's a lot of work for getting this done. So can you also let us know some of the pros and cons for a small business owner doing local SEOs themselves versus hiring a professional company like yourself?
Yeah, it's small businesses. I think with any service, there's only so many hats you can wear for your small business. The first question you need to ask is, where is my time more valuable being spent? What we do with our company, it's not rocket science. Anybody could do it if you have the time, knowledge, and resources in place. It's no different than you deciding to hire a CPA for your business, or a cleaning service for that matter. If you feel like your time is more valuable being spent on other parts of your business, then it would make sense to hire somebody to do that for you. And it doesn't have to be us, it could be anybody. It could even be your nephew or niece that is just younger and has a better understanding of digital marketing and can help you get set up. I'm a big fan of, I don't care who it is, just have somebody there doing it for you.
Okay, that's really a confident statement. I know you're good at what you do, but I like that you actually share and all the knowledge, and so people can actually benefit. Let's jump on to a different question. I've been asking some of my people interview for the small business show about customer service. With your business, how do you handle a high maintenance client?
I think for all businesses, whether you're high maintenance or not high maintenance, I think the biggest thing is just being transparent and communicating. For a lot of clients that I get a chance to work with, most of them have worked with another digital marketing person or agency, and the biggest reason why they wanted to make a change is they weren't talking to me. Unfortunately with digital marketing, there's a lot of moving parts to it, and there's a lot of things happening on the back end that you as a small business owner can't see, or you just don't know what's going on. So we're not expecting you to become a digital marketing expert. Again, you're running your business and you want to focus on the other parts of the business that are more valuable with your time, but we want to show you what's going on. So I think again, whether you're high maintenance or not so high maintenance, is just communicating with your clients. If they ask you a question, everybody's got a busy schedule, but I think responding, even if you need more time, tell them within 24 hours, just give me a little more time, I'll get back with you. If you're providing them a service, you need to be showing them why you need to keep working with us. So sending over reports, showing them metrics before they started working with us compared to now that they're working with us. The pros and the cons to that. What's really cool with digital marketing, at least in our industry, is everything that we do is trackable. And if they already were set up on Google or Facebook or really any platform, if they already have a website up and running, we can show them, stats and figures before they worked with us compared to them working with us, and it's pretty easy to justify, okay, is this working or is it not? So just showing them that, being there, being transparent, communicating, I think is definitely the recipe for success.
That's a great answer. But how do you handle a client who can never make up their minds?
Yeah, it's also something that's very common because we only work with small businesses, and I think the biggest thing I've noticed for people that can't make up their minds is just because they don't really understand it and they're not comfortable. Because if I make this decision and I'm putting all my eggs in this basket and I made the wrong decision, that could mean whether or not my business stays afloat. So I get that. But you are hiring somebody to do this for you. So we are going to put our best foot forward. Fortunately for us, we worked with pretty much every industry across the United States. We have thousands of clients. So we have some best practices, some baseline, benchmark numbers that or processes that we're going to start with, just because of our experience. And then with your feedback, we'll make changes along the way. So if you're not comfortable with where to start, just say that, and then we'll get everything set up, the way that we see fit, based off of what your goals are. And then along the way, continue to ask you for feedback and make changes as we see it.
Okay. So the next question I have for you is for a small business owner who is interested to try local SEO. How would they start? So obviously a small business have the limited budget and they can only focus on certain things. Give us some of the must-do that they have and what it should be their expectation and what it should be their commitment for this.
Great questions. Well, for local search, local SEO, there's a lot of platforms, a lot of things out there that are free to use, free to set up. It's just a matter of you going out and doing it. So, priority number one is get your profile set up on Google and other relevant search engines. So what do I mean? Your Google business page. Just go to Google and type in Google My Business. That you'll be able to go into and create your Google profile. That is going to be your face of your business on Google. Before they even go to your website, this will allow a potential customer to see who you are, where you're located, what other people are saying about you with reviews. You can add a business description. You can link it to other social media feeds directly to your website. So get that set up. And again, you can do that for free. And then depending on your industry, so if you're a restaurant, other platforms like a Yelp or a service industry, same thing. If you're in the home services, so your plumbers, your electricians, HVAC companies, getting set up on other platforms like Angie's List and House. But definitely get all of those set up, and then if you aren't comfortable with it, ask for help. Almost all these platforms will offer customer service support. If they don't, reach out to a local expert. Go to your local chambers of commerce. They can help connect you with some local resources for that. As far as expectations go, I would say just ask questions. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed for clients that aren't successful with this is that they'll start working with a company or a person, and then they just say, I don't understand what's going on, but I don't want to talk to you about it. Just do it for me. And that can work to a certain extent, but we need to know what's going on your end and what you're liking and not liking. So provide feedback. And if it's okay, or it is okay if you don't understand something. Ask those questions. What does this mean? What are these stats telling me? Impressions are great, but I want to know, clicks. I want to see interaction. I want to see actual actions taken. I want to see conversions. I want to see somebody that found me on search, clicked through to my website, and actually sent me a question, an inquiry, wanted to learn more. That's a real measure of success.
Okay. So any parting word with local searches, and do you think should we only focus on local search and don't care about SEO on websites, or do they all tie in together at the end?
They all tie in. I would say this, that a website, specifically just talking about a website, let's back it up. When the search engines first came out, when the internet first came out, it was really all based around a website. But then search engines came around, paid advertising, social media platforms, video content. Because of the smartphone, there's about 70 different search engines and directories out there that you have access to. So as you can see over time, it's become a lot of different moving parts. So, is it all about your website? No. But is it all just about, local searches? No. You want to make sure that that path for the end consumer is as frictionless as possible, meaning that have your social media profile set up, have a clean website, make it mobile responsive, make it easy to load, make reviews a priority for your business. If you have a budget, consider paid advertising. Coming back to social media, don't just have a page up, post content on a regular basis. You don't need to do it every day. It'd be great to, but a few times a week. And if you feel like you can't consistently do that, then find somebody that can help you with that. So if all of these areas are covered, you're ensuring that if a customer found you, no matter which platform they were on, it's an accurate representation of your business, and they're more likely to reach out to you because of that. In today's world, the customer has the power. It's not just placing yourself in an ad in the yellow book anymore, or having that website and throwing a bunch of keywords on it and you show up for everything. It requires effort. It requires being real and authentic and regular content. And all of these things combined is how you will convert to new business.
Great. Thank you for your time today, AJ.
Thank you, Thor.
If you like the show, please like and subscribe below. And if you have any question for AJ or the show, you can comment below. Thank you.